Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start the team event. This is the Crufts Team Agility Relay. A very, very exciting event. It's basically a relay race, complete with a baton change behind the start and the finish, as you can see over on my left, behind the Eukanuba jump and the Kennel Club jump. There's going to be 4 members in each team. Each dog will run, and like I said, there'll be a baton change, and then the next dog goes.
Well, good morning. Welcome to Crufts 2017. Jim Rosenthal here, alongside me Graham Partridge, and we are gearing up for our first commentary of the 4 days and for our first event, the Agility Team large final here in the main arena. And 8 teams who've all qualified by winning all over the country, and Alan Bray is the judge who has set this course. Alan Bray, very experienced fellow around Crufts. And the first of the 8 teams about to go. Large dogs over 43 centimeters. This is a 4-dog relay. A baton has to be handed around, and the course time is 200 seconds, and away we go. Lynn Ward, experienced and successful with Rafa, 3-year-old border collie. Graham, very much the baby of the bunch, this one.
Yes, it is, although this is a very experienced team. This is the baby, and as you can see, unfortunately, just picking up the long jump and going over the side of the long jump, so she will be eliminated. So she gets 100 faults for that, which is carried on to the team total. She must now complete the course correctly. If she doesn't, it will be an overall team elimination. So at the moment, all they've got is 100 faults.
And Rafa, the 3-year-old, bit of misbehaving on getting that elimination, but it's only an individual one, and away we go. The baton is handed over to Alan Stiff. He's been there, he has done it with 8-year-old border collie Mist. First time Mist has ever qualified for Crufts.
Really important at this stage, Jim, that they just keep going for it. I know they've got a 100-fault elimination, but there are only 8 teams, and to get 4 dogs round clear consecutively is really difficult. So they're still in with a good chance, picking up 5 there for a fault on the long jump.
And of course the dogs do not know they have been eliminated. They have to complete the course and have to keep going through the tunnel. One of 3 tunnels on this course, through those weaves. Missed quickly through the weaves, and the baton is handed over to John Ward, Lynn's husband, with a 6-year-old Rush. Usually runs with Lynn, borrowed her for today. Up and over the dog walk, didn't pick up any penalties there. Swiftly through the tunnel. This is a very tidy looking round. Slight hesitation there, Graham, before going through the second tunnel. Well,
John's got to go clear with this dog, because it's normally handled by his wife, and there's bound to be a big domestic if he picks up any faults.
You'd know all about those, wouldn't you? There we are. That's completing and a little hesitation there again. There's some more. Some of the faults are ticking up through that tunnel at the far end of the course, and again 5 more faults, sadly. And this is sadly is turning into a little bit of a wretched round for Rush and John Ward.
Yep. Team running on 120 faults at the moment. 3 refusals anywhere on the course, just to remind you, and that's an elimination for that handler. And here we go now with the last dog for this team.
Joanne Richards with Juice, and again size, and that's another elimination. Just very happy to be here in the main arena. First time for them both. Well, they're saying they're determined to enjoy the day, and even if things go wrong, Graham, you do just have to enjoy what you're doing out there and give the dog and the handler the best possible time, because it's a fantastic achievement no matter what happens this morning for any one handler or dog to be here.
There have been hundreds of teams over the course of this year trying to qualify to get in the top 8 of the country. It's the top 8 in the country to get to Crufts. And as you say, it's just a tremendous achievement and a great honour to run. I mean, even, you know, it's a fantastic atmosphere. And although we think over 200 faults might be a hopeless task, in teams, you really cannot say for sure. You know, we've had teams won with eliminations at Crufts here before, so chin up, keep going.
Second team then, Lune Valley from up there in the northwest. Sharon Reeder first to go with 5-year-old Ted, Border Collie. First time at Crufts for both of them. He can be either Super Ted or Crazy Ted. We shall see. Second team. And away they go. Good sharp start. Quickly through the tunnel as well. That's excellent. Up and down over the dog walk. Clean and quick so far through that second tunnel. And that is an elimination going through the wrong way. Yes, Graham?
Yes, unfortunately, picking up the end of the tunnel that's nearest to the dog walk, but unfortunately that's not where they're supposed to be going. They're supposed to be going in the second end. So the important thing is now that she just needs to take her time, settle her dog down, and just complete the course correctly.
You've been studying the course very, very closely, and you know a lot about it as this round finishes. Give us your thoughts.
Very sensible course. What you need to be remembering is when you're designing courses for teams, that it's difficult to get one dog around the course without any faults. To get 4 consecutively is very difficult. So what you want is a course that's going to test dog and handler. But what I'll do is, if I just talk you through it very quickly, we've gone jump, jump, and we're into the natural end of the tunnel over the dog walk. We've got to avoid the natural end of the tunnel and go in the far end. Now it's a very quick run again.
This is Indy St Sarah Thompson, 2-year-old. Also completing sheepdog trials, first time at Crufts. On you go, Graham.
On to the seesaw and then over the long jump, which looks as though it's set at about 5 foot, which is the maximum. And again, another quick part of the course now, letting the dogs open up. And now they've got to just slow them down and collect themselves for the weaving poles, which she does very nicely. Great style. And now they're going to hand over to the next dog,
which is Lockie, Rosalind Redmond, 6-year-old Springer Cross Collie. Started doing agility 4 years ago, a joy to train. First timer at Crufts, and to get the impression up here that both dog and handler are aware of it, and that has clattered that particular obstacle, Graham.
It has, very unusual, obviously landed on top of the pole. These poles are easily displaceable and come off, although they're quite solid. And as you can see, there's no ill effects there. The dog's picked himself up. They're all really fit, these dogs, to start with.
All fit and keen, and just part of the fun here.
Interesting point there. If the pole's already down and they have to do the obstacle again, they have to go through the wings that are there.
Good point, well done, Graham. Through the weaves to complete the round and hand over to Risk and Carrie Elwood, 2-year-old Border Collie. 7th time at Crufts, but Risk's first. Up and down over the dog walk. Just a bit of hesitation at the end of the dog walk and hopped over the tunnel as opposed to through it. Again, a few faults there. Flying over that jump, no problem for this one. Through the second tunnel too. Very lively Border Collie, but it's an elimination for taking that tunnel the wrong way round. Up and down over that A-frame, so the course will be completed. And early problems for one or two of these teams, Graham.
They are, and as I say, although this course is very, very sensible, as you say, this is Carrie's first time at Crufts. So the nerves are jangling. She's representing her team. She doesn't want to let anybody else down. So, but she'll, as long as she goes away with the dog happy, she's happy, and learning from the experience, then it's got to be good.
It is a fantastic experience at Crufts. That's the last dog for Lune Valley. And Lune Valley down in first place, in fact, at the moment, but there's a lot more to come. We are looking at, from the Huddersfield area, Springers, as the large team final continues. And Geraldine Gavagan will be first to go with Ruby, 6-year-old Welsh Sheepdog Cross, first time at Crufts. Does a bit of fly ball as well, does Ruby. Very vocal dog indeed, so we can expect a few decent sound effects from Ruby. And Geraldine looking to lay down a bit of a marker here.
Be looking for a nice clear round just to get the team off to a good start.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? We haven't seen one so far. Up and down over the dog walk, has to touch that white bit at the end, and obviously you've got a flicker of a touch there through the tunnel the right way. This is good. Excellent jump. And through the tunnel again. This is clear so far, up and down over the A-frame. That's good and clear and quick as well. Scampering round through the tunnel. All looks pretty good so far. Slight hesitation, but through that one over the seesaw. Next tunnel looming. This is good. This is probably the best we've seen, I think, Graham, so far. A slight hesitation there, wasn't it? It's looking good through that tunnel. Are we going to see the first clear round of the day at Crufts? Through the weaves, going lightning through the weaves as well. This is excellent. This has been the best one so far as the baton is handed over. Well done, Geraldine. Well done, Ruby. We hand over to Pat Clark and Meg, 10-year-old Labrador, family pet, nerveless apparently.
Well, we think so. At 10 years of age, you would be nerveless, wouldn't you, really? It's been there, done it and seen it. But it's great to see a Labrador competing here at Crufts. It's not all about border collies. You can have just do agility with just about any dog you want.
Lolloping around and enjoying it. Not a huge amount of pace, but so far accurate, and so far, Graham, a clean. Almost.
That was your fault, Jim. That was definitely your fault.
I said so far, and then I did pause. But the lab doing fine for the springers. Through to the tunnel, those weaves have to go in from the right-hand side to remind you. Through the weaves goes Meg and Pat, handing over to Paul Clifford and Taz, 3-year-old border collie.
Well, scoreboard at the moment showing that they're clear so far. We can't see from our position the tunnel that they headed towards, but unfortunately we saw that tunnel, and so did he. So that's 100 faults. And I think the fault that we alluded to possibly wasn't. Perhaps the dog didn't get his head in the tunnel, so it wasn't marked.
Okay, so that's a bit of a shame for Paul and for Taz. 100 faults. Very inexperienced pair, these two. Big achievement and just being here. And Taz completing the round in his own style and doing a little bit what he wanted there. Paul doing his best to get him back on track and look for a good finish through the tunnel and through the weaves. Daintily through the weaves. And here's the last dog, Sylvia McNamee, with Poppy, 11-year-old border collie, doing agility for as long as she can remember, came from a local farm. The springers from Huddersfield, and faults there going almost the wrong way into the tunnel, but just a lot of hesitation. Safely over that Yukonuba jump through the second tunnel. Good pace here from Poppy, the border collie. Up and down over that A-frame. Again, a bit of hesitation going over that jump. And more hesitation there, bit of time lost going through that tunnel. That could be crucial at the end. Up and down over the seesaw, over that, just clipping that last obstacle. That's a few more faults there through the tunnel. A little bit ragged in the middle of this round, Graham.
It is, and unfortunately they're up into the area of time faults now, which is adding to their scores. They're up to about 130 faults total at the moment, which is still going to put them into the lead. And there we go, time of 223 seconds, and that does actually put them into first place with a total faults of 133.56.
Just to remind you, it is the least faults and the quickest time that wins. Entering the arena now, Smart. Entering the arena now, Smart Chance from the Northamptonshire area. And away we go with, it's actually the Tenterden Turbos. But just talk about the course, talk about the dog, talk about the handler.
Yep, as you say, it looks like a young dog at the moment, and unfortunately knocking down the long jump and going into the wrong end of the tunnel. So that's an elimination. So she just needs now to keep the dog happy, finish the course correctly.
A-frame over the Crufts green carpet, tends to be a little bit slippery. Safely onto that white area on the seesaw, through the tunnel, over the Eukanuba fence and the wall, and through the weeds we go. Not spectacularly fast, but we are ready now for Carolyn Bartolus, Mr. T, second year at Crufts, 9 years old, young at heart and very consistent. Carolyn and Mr. T. Heading up and down that A-frame again. It's not spectacularly quick, but it's reliable so far, Graham, through the tunnel at the end. Moving very well up and down the seesaw, and safely on that white area at the end, the landing point through the tunnel again. Carolyn there. This is a good recovery through the tunnel, up over the wall. Third tunnel, and now the weaves. This is very tidy, Graham.
It is, and they're on 110 faults, this team at the moment, so they can't afford another mistake if they want to keep it going.
And this is Julie Dowell, last dog with Dissy. First time at Crufts, strong-minded and very powerful. And that looks like another elimination for, once again, going through that tunnel the wrong way. And it just underlines, Graham, one little slip and the whole round collapses around your ears.
It is. I'm quite surprised that we've had the number of dogs we have go into that under the tunnel. Coming off the Eukanuba jump into it, it's a long run, probably the maximum of 10 metres that we're allowed now. But as I say, I'm surprised it's catching them out. But anyway, a really good team effort. I think that might put them into second place at the moment, which it does.
Tenterden Turbos, well done to them. Next to go then, Smart Chance from the Northampton area, and leading off Dina Freeman. You know Dina well. Dina working with Ginny here.
Yes, runs a local dog training club in the Midlands. Dina normally to be found helping out here at Crufts in the agility. So she'll be looking to get the team off to a really good start. Really important first dog away is usually a very experienced dog and handler, just to settle the whole team down.
It's nice for Dina to have a little run around, get the blood pumping before she gets on with all the executive decisions here at Crufts. And it's looking good so far. This is a very, very good opening round, but just 5 faults coming off that seesaw. But good speed from Ginny, and 5 faults is not too bad at all. Again, through the tunnel, nicely through the weaves, tail wagging nice and fast. That's good work. That is good work from Dina. Handing over to Sharon Banks. And Keris, 11-year-old, always gives 100%. The working sheepdog, described as an absolute superstar, and looking really up for it. Moving very, very well in the opening part of this round, Graham, up and down over that A-frame.
Very quick, just the 5 faults at the moment for a fault on the bottom of the dog walk, but she's got to be on her mettle with this dog. Oh, as I said that, she just takes her eyeballs off it on the turn. So that's another fault. It's not the end of the world. She just needs to keep her head together.
Just needs to keep going, because there have been a lot of similar problems for other teams before, and there probably will be after. Just have to keep going, see the round through for Sharon. And again, fine through the weaves, and Jessica is waiting, Jessica Cuthbertson, and Sky, and that's an early clatter of the very opening jump, not what she wanted. Working sheepdog. First agility job for Jessica, her second year at Crufts. Goodness me, that dog. He clears the jump with a lot of room to spare.
It does. Not necessarily a good thing, because it's not economical jumping style, but if we're being really technical, but it's great fun to watch, and he's having a ball out there.
It might not be economical, it is absolutely spectacular though. Another huge jump then from Sky, the working sheepdog. Miles over that wall as well. What about the weaves? Yeah, nice. That's a good round. That's a good round for Jess and for Sky. And last dog, Joe Gleed, a really big talent with Scooter, and really quick for Joe and Scooter, the 3-year-old border collie. This is sharp, this is fast, and this is faultless thus far, up and down that A-frame, skipping over that hurdle, back over it again. Seesaw, no problems, clearing that jump comfortably as well. This is probably the round of the day so far. This is really good. Excellent finale. What a great finale. Was it just pick up a couple of faults at the end there, Graham?
Yeah, I picked up an elimination there, but I didn't actually see it. The judge did. So let's just, we'll see if we can just get another look at that last dog. It was absolutely fantastic.